Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Markwart Deveaux, and I own Faith Culture Kiss Studio for Voice and Acting, and I'm the founder of the Speakeasy Cooperative, which is a mastermind membership group based on voice-related businesses. I have to admit that I was a little nervous when Alan reached out to me today to give the word and the song for this Friday of all Fridays, which is the Friday of a week that our community has had to ingest and begin to process some very sobering news about our field, about the future of our field, about what we're going to do next. And it's important information because the information gives us a little bit of what to expect. It gives us some place to set our chair so that when we're at a table, we can spread out all of our options and see what's in front of us. And so today I wanted to tell a story, and I wanted to bring the word reimagine to you. In 1924, a comic strip came out, and this comic strip seized the imagination of America. It was a daily comic strip, and it was right on the heels of the Spanish flu and World War I. And some not so good things about this comic strip was that one of the reasons that made it so popular was because it had a lot of political commentary around anti-organized labor, anti-communism. It hated the New Deal. At one point in this comic strip, one of the main characters dies out of grief because Franklin Roosevelt is elected president. And it was full of racial stereotypes and misogyny and all sorts of stereotypes around women and people. And it was just one of those things that when we look back, we are not very proud of what was so popular in the United States. But something was really interesting about this comic strip. This comic strip captured the imagination of so many people. And even with all of the really political commentary that it brought, it was reimagined in 1930 to a radio show. And then it was reimagined in 1932 and 1938 as a film. And then those same themes that were brought out through the radio show and the films were reimagined again in 1977 into a Broadway musical. Now, what are these themes? The themes are hope, perseverance. The themes are looking from the worst and knowing that there's a better to come. Working together, all great themes. Fast forward from 77 to 1982, and it becomes a film again. And then again in 2014. And the irony is in the 2014 film, much of the political naysaying and the racial yuckiness, if you will, so much of the yuck was now kind of thrown out the window and being imagined. This new story in 2014 was reimagined in all of these ways that the original writers of the comic strip probably would not have agreed with at all. You saw people of color being wealthy, people of color being successful, money being treated differently, women being approached differently. Then what were the original values of this comic strip? I think this teaches us that there's always a way to reimagine. When we find or see that good thing in the middle of something that can be really terrible, and we hold on to that, we can reimagine. So this week, we've got some pretty intense news, yeah? Intense news about what it means to be in public together, what it means to sing together in groups, what it means to be in a theater together, a restaurant together. We've gotten some intense news, but I think we can reimagine it. I really do. I know we're all at different stages of grief right now, and I know that it doesn't feel great. But something that I do know is that there's always tomorrow. That comic strip, by the way, and then the radio show and the films and the Broadway musical and more films is Annie. And so for you, I'd like to sing Tomorrow. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, the sun'll come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow, you're always a day away. Here's to a better